I don't know why I'm making this video. Because someone suggested it to me. By the way, he has a membership on my channel and I can't ignore it. So without any delay, let's dive in. Our story starts with two idols who are about to perform at a concert. In the distance, a blonde man and an ugly, fatty old man watching them with intentions of some dark fantasy love. I honestly don't know why. Then the lights come on, and our idols finally face the roaring audience. A young man arrives in a hurry and starts talking with the blonde man and the fat man, apologizing for being late. This young man appears to be the idol's manager, and the blonde man, turns out, is the CEO, the head of the company where the idols are registered or signed, maybe. But thanks to the screams of the audience, we finally learn the names of our idols. The blue-haired idol is named Mika, and the red-haired idol is Luca. Among all the fans, this chubby guy stands out. Don't forget him, chubby, because he's really cool and he's going to become relevant at the end. So we can also see that the manager has feelings for Luca. I mean, he is in love with him. He keeps looking at him, clearly captivated by how handsome he is. At this point, we see the fatty man points toward one of the idols and then glances at the CEO. Later, we will understand what that signal means. Meanwhile, let's see what our idols are doing. Wow, what a great performance. We hope it happens again. Ready, set, and ready for Wednesday. Just kidding. After this powerful intro, we later see that Luca, the red-haired idol, sitting with that same fatty old man, and he was eating his ice cream. I want to emphasize from the beginning, many of the things they're going to do with Luca are not consensual. So when Luca stops sucking his ice cream, the fatty man laughs at him in a humiliating way, clearly enjoying that he's being degraded in a really ugly way. But wait, let me tell you how Luca ended up in this situation. We see the manager arguing with the CEO, saying that he's not going to allow Luca to be with an older man doing some delicious things. However, Luca himself interrupts him and says that he will do it because he has no other option. The CEO congratulates him for agreeing, and they don't give any further explanation, meaning we have to guess ourselves. A, maybe he was short of money. B, it was in his contract. C, all of the above. That's your homework. You should tell the answer in the comment box and don't cheat. Later, when Luca is already with the fatty guy, we see our manager suffering in his car while listening to a cat song. Well, why not? After all, his crush ended up riding someone else's horse. On the other hand, the fatty old guy drags Luca and slams him against one of the windows, which are gigantic. Then he shows all of his love for Mika, like a big train passing into a small tunnel. The worst part is that the animation is amazing, man. And I have a question. Why is the shittiest thing the most beautiful? I mean, look at this. Why does it have to be so beautiful? Luckily, the fatty old guy finally ends up reaching his climax, but his good luck doesn't run out because he grabs Luca and kisses him, one of the most disgusting kisses I've ever seen in my entire life. But I admit the animation is good. If you also think the animation is amazing, comment down and join the membership because you can watch Titan Bride first part and get early access to my new videos. Anyway, the fatty guy wasn't even tired, so he did the deed with Luca again. First, it was by the windows, and then it was in bed. Oh no, how terrifying. I think he is a legendary protein man. Finally, when he finishes, he gets dressed, and before leaving, he records a video of Luca without his consent, which makes him quite angry but being so weak and useless, just like South Korea pop industry idols. Long after the manager arrives and asks if he's okay. Trying to appear strong, Luca says everything is fine, like it's nothing unusual. The manager explains that he tried everything possible to stop the CEO from sending him there with his power, but it was worthless. To which Luca responds coldly, telling him he shouldn't have interfered, it's none of his business. Hearing this, an awkward silence follows. So Luca then says he needs to take a shower because of an overdose of legendary protein. As he turns to leave, he trips and falls on top of the manager. Oh, there's a romantic, loving tension. But Luca ends up cutting it off, saying a cold thank you and leaves. In the shower, he ends up pulling out some of the little children that the fatty guy had left behind. What an explicit explanation I just gave you. The next day, the idols have another performance. This time, Mika, The white-haired idol has a special client who wants him by his side to talk about their love for Jesus Christ, so the white-haired one accepts without problems. When he goes to meet the man he was assigned to, we see that he's really ugly. However, compared to what Luca went through before, the situation seems somewhat less disturbing. I think it's okay, because that's the plot. If you have complained, this man is a creator of shit. Well, they both kiss. What Mika doesn't realize is that this man had some kind of aphrodisiac in his mouth. So when they kissed, meanwhile, Luca is elsewhere with the manager. Luca wonders out loud whether what they are doing is really right. The manager told him that he isn't sure if it's right, but he promises that he will always support Luca in his dreams. Hearing that makes Luca laugh softly. He thanks the manager and says he's truly happy to have him by his side. The manager becomes shy at the compliment, which only makes Luca laugh more. However, he was interrupted by an incoming call. It was the CEO who tells Luca that he needs to come immediately because there are many clients, and Mika cannot handle everything alone, so he needs me to go help him. When the call ends, Lucas feels terrible because he has no choice but to go and help, no matter what. Frustrated, he even curses Mika for accepting such a job in the first place, so he heads to where the CEO is. The manager also follows him, and we see the chubby fan from earlier, the one I told you not to forget, watching the situation suspiciously. When Luca arrives, the CEO stops the manager at the entrance and tells him it would be better if he didn't go inside. He sends him to get ready. Once he's ready, he sends him down a hallway that leads to a catwalk, where are many, many ugly older men who have pig-shaped masks because that's what they are, pigs. There he spots Mika with a couple of men doing things to them. And without getting too complicated, what has to happen happens. And with many men, of course, the only ones receiving were Luca and Mika, with Mika being the one who enjoys all this the most. But thank God this ends when the chubby fan I told you not to forget, damn it, hits one of the men who was having delicious with Mika, yelling at them not to touch his Luca or his Mika. Luca, who's with pigs, remembers him and starts crying because he feels dirty for what he's doing. So Mika gets up and goes to hug his fan, who is crying as well. After that incident, the story moves forward. Eventually, Mika and Luca truly become successful idols with real fans and a supportive audience. By the end of the story, things take a more hopeful turn. When they finish one of their performances, Mika grows close to the fan who had defended them, while Luca and the manager do delicious, confirming their feelings for each other. So it had a happy ending, which means that the important thing here is love, homosexual love. So this is the end of our video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join the membership. Maybe the next video will be yours. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and watch all my videos that you think are good. I love you all. Kisses on the butt. Bye.